Good morning, dear friends, and welcome to this video on how to scan your Android project using the Android Dependency Scanning component. It's a lot of complicated words, but I promise it's going to be okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a look at this Android component that we see right now. Then we're going to jump over to a project that I've created, an Android project, just for this demo. We're going to add the Android Dependency Scanning component to a merge request that has a lot of new dependencies. And we'll see the results from the Android Dependency Scanning component in the merge request in the form of vulnerabilities. Then we will merge the merge request into the master branch, and we will see that there are findings from the dependency scanner. So that'll be dependencies and also vulnerabilities. And I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to do. It's going to be very exciting. Let's get to it. So here is our Android component. How do we actually get to this page? Well, we can go over here to search. We can get there from anywhere, I think. Go to explore. And over here, there's the CI/CD catalog. And in it, we can search for Android. Where is Android? Find it for me. Fantastic. Perfect. We found it. There it is, Android. So here's our component. What are we going to do with it? On this page, we can see a whole summary about everything that this component does. And there's an example, and there's a set of inputs that we can change to configure how the component works. If we have a look at the inputs, we can change the scan depth, meaning that if you have a very deep folder hierarchy, you can reach all the way into it. We can change the paths that we exclude. Right now, we only include these ones over here. You can change that if you want, if that's important to you. You can change the stage on which this job is running. The component runs a job, by the way. I didn't mention that. And we can define whether this job is allowed to fail or not. So a whole lot of wonderful inputs, but you don't have to touch any of them. You can just take this example over here and it will run perfectly. You'll just have to insert the version. So let's do exactly that. We've got a project over here, an Android demo project. I used the Android template from GitLab, so it's pretty simple. And over here, we've got a merge request. This merge request adds a whole bunch of dependencies to this project. So I took this build file over here and I added a whole bunch of dependencies. Some of them are random and some of them specifically have vulnerabilities. Ooh, scary. Don't do this in your own projects. This is bad practice to purposely add vulnerabilities unless you have a purpose for it, but probably usually not a good idea. Anyway, now that we have all of these new dependencies, maybe we should add our Android Dependency Scanning component. So I'll quickly do that. I'll jump over to the branch. Then I will go to the GitLab CI YAML file and I will edit our pipeline. So what we can do from here is go back to the CI catalog page. We can copy this example from here and paste it right here. Here, there is one more thing we need to do, and that is select the version that we actually want to run. So if we go over to this page, we see that the latest version is 1.0.0, so we can copy that and plop it right here. And the syntax is correct. That's fantastic. We can add a meaningful commit message. For example, add Android Dependency Scanning. Wow, that is very informative, and we can commit that. Now that we've made this change, we can go back to the merge request itself, and we'll see that our pipeline is running on this merge request, and in it, there is our Android Dependency Scanning job within the test stage. That's what we defined in the file. If we quickly go here and have a look at it. Stage is test. That's fantastic. Exactly what we've defined is happening perfectly just as we expected. So I'm going to warp time and jump to the point in the future where this pipeline has passed. Wow, we are now in the future of the past, which is in fact the present, and we see that the pipeline has passed, our job was successful, and we also see that we have some new potential vulnerabilities from this scan. So we'll have a look. We see that all of these vulnerabilities exist. We can scroll through them. We can inspect them individually. We see that they came from the build file that I have changed. Oh no, this is not good. We should not introduce new vulnerabilities. So great, we've got Android Dependency Scanning implemented. Now I'm going to do something very silly and merge all of these vulnerabilities into the master branch. You shouldn't do this. You definitely should not do this, but as I said, very silly, look at me. Now that we've got everything in the master branch, we will have a pipeline running on the master branch, and once that pipeline is complete, we should see the secure pages populated as well with all of our findings. That is the vulnerability report and dependency list. Is there anything there yet? I don't think so because the pipeline hasn't completed. But once again, I'm going to warp time to the point where everything is complete, unpopulated, and awesome. So let me quickly do that. Okay, once again, we are in our desired point in time where the pipeline on the master branch has passed. And if we go have a look at our security dashboard, right to the vulnerabilities report, we'll see that we have a whole bunch of vulnerabilities coming from our Android build file. We can manage everything here, but I don't think this is a part of this video. We can also go to the dependency list and we will see some more information about our build files. All of our dependencies are here. We can inspect, we can enjoy whatever we'd like to do. All of the vulnerable ones are marked. Wow, what a great time. Good job to us. We've added the Android Dependency Scanning component to our pipeline. It was so easy. It might have been really quick, so let's go over it again. What we did is we went over to the CI catalog through the Explore page right here. We found the Android component, Android Dependency Scanning component specifically. We have copied this example from here, and we've taken the version that we want, and then we pasted all of these wonderful things right into our GitLab CI YAML file. And that's it. We've got an Android dependency scanning job running in every pipeline that we have, and giving us with wonderful, valuable information about our vulnerabilities and our dependencies, and I guess we can rest a little easier now. Thank you so much for following me here. I hope you had a good time. I hope to see you again soon, maybe with some other time warpy exciting content. But for now, I guess we can say goodbye. Goodbye. That's me waving my hand through the mouse. Bye.